Now here's the exercise I want you to do. This gonna trip you out. Write everything you want from God on a piece of paper. Be as detailed as you can. The object for you is to write down 300 things. Put everything you want on a piece of paper. Do not stop until you have 300 things. Every morning, read your list. 1 year from today, wait 1 year from today and take a pen out and go down on your list and check off anything that has happened for you that's on that list. If you read your list with the expectation that God is going to do some great things for you, at the end of 1 year, you will be stunned.
Don't be afraid of outgrowing everyone. Your friends? Yep. Your family? Yep. Every single person. The second you start hitting velocity, speed, you're going to have haters come at you.
It became personal with me.
We love the underdog until we're not one anymore. We love the scrappy person until that person gets a jet, then that guy. And people start to act a little different to you. Nobody tells us that this is actually what success looks like. And the only way you're going to get through this is by not apologizing for a second for outgrowing people who cannot keep up with you.
If you can't be better, work harder. If you can't work harder, pick an easier game. If you can't pick an easier game, find a better partner. If you can't find a better partner, find an untouched market. There's always a way, but you gotta find one.
2 steps ahead. I am always. You see, power, real power, doesn't come to those who are born strongest, or fastest, or smartest. No, it comes to those who will do anything to achieve it.
2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. 5 years have gone by and you're still trying to change. But there's a solution to this that you've never thought of. You're dealing with something called analysis paralysis and action contrast. The reason you struggle with analysis paralysis is because knowledge is everywhere and you're trying to learn it all. And that works right into action contrast, which is doing something that I like to call learning the curriculum before enrollment. And this is the easiest way to understand that. If you were going to be a doctor, would you try to learn the entire curriculum before you enrolled in the school? The answer is obviously not. And this is because someone becomes a doctor by learning with action. That is how the human brain is designed to work. You could watch videos about being a surgeon for the next 60 years, but if you actually go try to perform surgery, you wouldn't know how to do it. But then the question is, why do people do this with their business and their life? It's because you are being constantly programmed to think that you need knowledge before you actually start. The best way to get out of this cycle is to reprogram your subconscious mind.
I wonder why you ended up on this video. Maybe it's because you need to have enough respect for yourself to walk away and stop settling in all these stupid little things that you're settling in. I need you to start listening to people's actions more than their words. Anybody can say anything and love bomb you and make you feel all kinds of ways just with words, but how about we start looking at these people's actions? Have you ever sat there and looked at every single one of their actions and aligned it with their words? Do they ever align? Probably not. And is that something you need to be in? No. Because whether you realize it or not, if you are staying in unhealthy talking stages relationships or something that you are not worth, you will become not worth anything. You're going to chip away at your confidence and how much you think you're worth if you keep going in these stupid things that you do not deserve. You will become this low-hanging fruit if all you do is hang with low-hanging fruit. Now realize that you do deserve the best out there and stop settling for less, because you will become less. Let's grow up. Okay? I love you so much. I know you got it.
This my shit. All the girls that be like this. Few times I've been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that, 'cause it ain't no.
Hear me. Consistency is self-respect.
How would you feel if someone looked you in the eye, made a promise to you, said, I'm going to be better for you, did it for one day, and then just stopped? Looked you in the eye again a few days later, said, oh, sorry, I know we messed up, I'm going to be better for you. Did it for a couple of days and then stopped. You would lose trust in that person. You'd be really angry at that person. You would look at that person and say, what is wrong with you? Why are you making me all these promises that you can't keep? Clearly, I don't mean that much to you. When you half-ass showing up for yourself, you tell yourself that you can't trust yourself. And then you project that onto other people and you say, well, this person's not being consistent. This person isn't showing up for me. You look for the ways that the world isn't serving you, that other people are failing to meet their commitment to you. When's the last time you made your commitment to yourself and you stuck to it? It feels so good when you make a promise to yourself and you keep it. It feels so good for a reason, because commitment is self-respect. Commitment is self-love. The way that you show up for yourself mirrors how the world shows up for you. It is a statement that you are making energetically with the world around you that says, this is what I think I deserve. Because if you don't give yourself what you deserve first, how is anyone else or anything else going to know how to treat you? If you want better, you need to start committing, you need to start showing up, and you need to start giving yourself grace when you can't. Commitment is self-respect. Consistency is self-love.
Start January 1st. If you keep grinding from January 1st to December 31st of this year, I'm telling you right now, something, I don't know how big the something will be, but something is bound to happen. It only takes 1 year for somebody to blow up. I'm not even gonna lie, it only takes 1 year for somebody to blow up. I know some of y'all needed motivation. Let me tell y'all right now, get up off your ass and go crazy. I'm telling y'all right now, whether it's YouTube, whether you want to rap, whether you want to sing, whether you in college and you want to do something, grind. From January to December, something is bound to happen.
Bitch, I'm busy. I'm not gonna sit around here arguing with you. If I know in my heart that you're not a good person, I'm not dealing with it. I am not dealing with it, respectfully. You can say whatever to anyone else. You can have your own little story that makes you feel good. I am not dealing with it.
The bad news is, nobody cares. The good news is, nobody cares. So just do the damn thing. Lesson number 19. It's so cringe. What if people judge me? Let me ask you, when you take a dance class, you ever get too nervous because you think people are staring at you, judging you? Girl, they are way too busy staring at themselves to be worrying about you, so move them hips. Post that video. Do the thing that you've been talking about. But if I do it, I want it to be perfect. What? Perfect? Do not let perfect be the enemy of good. There is a study with photography students in Group A and Group B. Group A was told take as many photos as possible. This is the quantity group. Group B was told just take one photo, but this has to be your best work. This is the quality group. And at the end of the course, guess which group had the best photos? It was Group A, the quantity group. This is the illusion of perfection. Let me break it down. Why do we care about making it perfect? Because we're scared people will judge us for failing. But are they really? No, they don't got time for that. But if they are preying on your downfall, they got other demons to worry about. So don't let them hold you back. What's something you want to try but are too afraid to be judged for? Oh, that's so out of tune. This is 30 Lessons by 30. Follow for more.
Tricked me. Tricked you? No, I saved you.
Problem is not that you have a good
Focus, 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 focus. Fuck it all, just focus.
Absolutely insane that if you sat in silence for 10 minutes every day with no stimulation, and then you stop using words poorly against yourself and stop judging everyone, including yourself, and then you wrote 5 things that you're grateful for every single morning after you woke up before touching your phone, and then you walked outside for 30 minutes every day, just got some fresh sun, fresh air, and then read 1 page in a book and just filled your mind with positivity and new perspectives, your life would immediately get better, literally after the first day. And if you did that for 30 days straight, anxiety, gone, at least more manageable by far. Depression, non-existent. Happiness level skyrockets. It's really that easy.
If you love you long time, oh my girl, get down on the floor. Back to back, drop it down real loud. Bunch of lady, but I'm dancing like a house. Cause you know what, I don't give a fuck, so here we go. How come every time you come around my London bridge wanna go down like London, wanna go down like
You don't like a subject. Why do you keep studying it in the same way that makes you hate it more? The problem? You're working against your brain, not with it. You need to study in a way that makes the subject interesting enough to stick. I call it the boredom interrupt. This is how it works. Have you ever wondered how plants eat without a mouth or a stomach? Photosynthesis is how plants make their own food by using sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. Now compare that to how you might normally study. Term: photosynthesis. Definition: the process by which plants convert light energy into chemical energy. Which one was more interesting? Exactly. By framing your notes as fun or curious questions, you're hacking your brain to stay engaged. This method is called active learning. It taps into deeper parts of the brain, signaling that the information is important and therefore must be remembered.
You are not going to get anywhere in this world. You're not going to get anywhere financially, spiritually, socially, or otherwise until you get to that point where you don't give a damn about what other people think about you.
What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself. You ain't make me, so you can't break me. You didn't build me, so you can't kill me. You know what? God established me, so you ain't nothing you can do to me. I'm not even playing the game, and you got an opinion of me. I'm not even on the field, but I love it, but I don't care. And I wish the world thought like that. Youngsters, if you're out there right now, do not give a darn what opinion people have of you, long as that opinion is not consistent of that of yourself. You be you.
Wake up, you lazy fuck. Don't you dare think about hitting that snooze button. Are you feeling tired? Is your body aching? Newsflash, no one gives a shit. So get the fuck off your ass, join the No to Motivation Project, and get the fuck after it.
Like the person you want to become. That's not fake it till you make it, by the way. This is intentional. Intentionally act like the person you want to become. Because when you intentionally act like the person you want to become, your brain sees you taking those actions, so your brain starts to change the way it relates to you. When your brain sees you high-fiving yourself in the mirror, it starts to go, oh, wait a minute, Steven loves himself. Steven's cheering for himself. We don't beat Steven up.
When you said, I'm all in, were you really all in? Let me tell you what the cost of being all in is. Early mornings, late nights, being misunderstood, having very few friends, being your own cheerleader. Are you those things? People always talk about, I'm a hard worker. Everybody in this room is a hard worker. That's not going to separate you from anybody else. What are you working hard on?
Successful at anything, the truth is you don't have to be special. You just have to be what most people aren't. Consistent. Beautiful morning, get the sun in my morning bed.
We become what we think about most of the time, and that's the strangest secret. This is why a goal is so important, because we will become that.
All the great teachers, all down through history, have all agreed on, they've been in complete unanimous agreement on it, we become what we think about. Now, it may be fantasy at first, it might even appear to us as being a lie.
Be formless, shapeless, like water.
The brain transmits and receives frequency. Those frequencies affect physical matter in the universe at the quantum level.
Bitcoin pushing to yet another record high, this time near $95,000 as Wall Street launches more ways to bet on Bitcoin.
live my life based upon what other people think about me. So I can't concern myself too much with what other people think. You know, it's just not healthy. I don't think I would continue to do what I do if I was constantly worrying about what somebody thought about it.
Act like the person you want to become. That's not fake it till you make it, by the way. This is intentional. Intentionally act like the person you want to become. Because when you intentionally act like the person you want to become, your brain sees you taking those actions, so your brain starts to change the way it relates to you.
No, I pick it because I don't like it all. I can't want to see you fall.
Your brain fools you into telling your plans to others, so you don't actually have to achieve them. Sound weird? Believe it or not, your brain doesn't care about your success. It's wired to keep you alive and save energy. When you tell someone your plans, your brain releases the same chemicals as when you have already achieved them. Your brain can't tell the difference between reality and imagination. This makes you feel like the job is done, and you subconsciously lose the motivation to finish it without even realizing it. And this is how you get fooled, wondering why you can't achieve anything in life. Now, listen carefully. You may not see us again. Join Zoltium and learn to become powerful.
Brain is there to ask you one simple question. Do you really want to achieve your goals, or are you just a talker?
So the goal was to be the first one at breakfast. So I set my alarm. I make sure I'm up by sunrise. I get out of bed, I put on my gear, and I head downstairs. But when I get there, Kobe's already there, with ice packs on his knees, drenched in sweat. Now, it took me a minute to figure it out, but this guy wasn't only awake before me. He had already worked out. He had just played in the finals days earlier. Meanwhile, I'd been off for months and I was still exhausted. What he had done that morning was incomprehensible to me. That dedication he had only days after falling short of an NBA championship. That taught me something I've never forgotten. Legends aren't defined by their successes. They're defined by how they bounce back from their failures.